Here we go.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us on today and taking time out of your busy Saturday to be here. I know that you are a leader because you took the time out to be here at this moment, at this time, on this day. So thank you so much for that. I would love to introduce our host for today, Miss Janice. She is amazing. Janice is very successful at this company. She knows 100% of the facts, and she absolutely loves helping people. Did you guys hear that? She loves helping people. Not only is she successful, but she has a mission to help you do the same exact thing. So with that being said, I don't want to take any more of your time. Without further ado, Miss Janice Parker, are you ready to rock and roll?
I am ready. Oh, look at you, superstar. That was amazing. Great job, sweetheart. Super proud of you for that. That was an amazing introduction. You know, guys, for those of you who understand the power of the introduction, if you like what she just pulled off, I want you to shout her out in the chat, because that is what we're about, guys. Developing leaders, having fun. She knocked that one out the park. And here's what we like to say, guys. If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. And so apparently she is ready. So definitely shout her out. Absolutely amazing job, guys. We're going to dive into some information about travel and vacation, because everybody loves it, family. I'm just excited to share with you what's really going on. And you've got some people shouting you out there, Miss Shavannah. You did great. And thank you for actually doing that. So what are we talking about this afternoon, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, guys? I'm going to tell you what we're talking about, travel and vacation, but the underlying thing that we're going to be talking about is travel, vacation, guys, and we're going to be talking about hope, right? Because we have some people out there that whether they hope to travel more, we're going to show you how to do that for less. Whether they hope to earn just some passive income, we're going to show you how to do that. Whether you've been hoping to create, maybe an income where you could literally replace your employer, we're going to show you how to do all of that in this next very short 35 to 45 minutes. So let's dive straight into the information. What kind of traveler are you? Guys, did you know that there was a shift that took place in the world of travel? Not just in 2002, when everybody was primarily using travel agents. While they exist, a lot of us work from home, but most people were not yet booking online. But guess what has happened since this bold group of visionaries, right, with our company, saw that by this time people will be traveling from online, booking their travel online. That's what they're doing. People are booking their travel online. Now, when they came up with the concept, the idea was, as opposed to those great big companies that we see on TV, those highly publicized companies that we see on TV, as opposed to them getting all the profit, guess what? You and I could get a profit and a savings. And I'm going to show you all of that. Well, if we fast forward to today, guys, with the travel industry evolving to where it is today, now, what do people do when they go to look for travel? What we do, family, is we go from this website to that website. We call you, hey, have you seen where we can get a better price on this hotel? And we talk to our friends and family, because all of us most people love to travel. And then the people who love to travel would rather pay wholesale than retail. So we're just trying to save a little bit of money, but we never really figure out how to do that. But I'm going to show you how, with our platform, our Surge membership, our wholesale booking engine, you're going to be able to travel for less. But who are you? Answer me this question. What type of traveler are you? So like Sharlease and I, we are the type of travelers that we are zip lining, tree climbing, hang gliding, cliff hanging. We'll do hot air balloons. We'll do, we are waterboarding, canoeing. We're that type of traveler. But are you that type of traveler? Are you the type that likes to kind of maybe sit back, sway in a hammock, maybe feel the breeze across your face, maybe put your toes in the sand and feel the warmth of the sand on your toes, drink a cool beverage, just relax with your loved ones? What kind of traveler are you? Well, what I love about it is that there is no wrong or right way to travel. It's totally up to you. And Surge365 gives you options. Guys, here is what blows my mind about the co-founder of this company is that he has already made millions in the world of travel. I mean, millions. And when I say that, I do mean with an S. His goal is really primarily that we're able to experience travel on multiple levels, that we're not able to just experience travel from being able to, travel wholesale and save money, but we're able to experience travel from the perspective of, listen, it is a whole great big world out there. It's so much so that travel is an $8.1 trillion industry. If you are looking for a way to create significant income, an industry that does 8.1 trillion would probably be the industry to actually be in. And what he really wants more than anything else, guys, the reason he composed this platform is he wants you and I to be able to see the world. Listen, there's so much to see, guys. And when you looked at that list on the previous slide, you might be thinking to yourself, and so little time to do it in. So how does Coach do it? So what Coach did, and I'm gonna unfold for you technically four different options, 3 options on the travel side, okay? And what he put together was a platform where literally you have the ability to own and operate in the world of travel. Now, most of us, if we ever thought about how in the world could I, get Southwest Airlines to listen to me, or Sandals Resorts to listen to me, or Westin to listen to me, you don't have to. Because of his relationships in the travel industry, it's just like that. As soon as your business is paid and goes live, you are already connected to all of the airlines, all of the hotels, all of the resorts. Now, you have the ability, really, with this patent pending proprietary algorithm working on your behalf, you literally have the ability, guys, to share your link with people. See, each of us gets our own independent link, and some of us have named it, The Price is Right. Some of them, mine is called Lux Royale Travel. One of my girlfriends, hers is called Bucket List Travel, and then her slogan is Travel the List. Another young lady, hers is called Timeless World Travel. It doesn't matter. The powerful thing about this particular platform, the slides are zoomed in. I don't know what that means, but let me do this. Let me see. Let's share them a different way. All right. So Miss Sharlease, how does that look? Is that better? Sharlease, let me know if that is better. Let me see. Let me go and look at it. All right. So that looks better on my side. So think about it. Think about it. Thank you, Sharlease. Appreciate you. That's like my little, she's jacked up. Let me tell you how amazing she is. We're going to Brazil. Now, I know I need a visa, but I'm just running. I'm not that detailed person, right? Like everybody needs a Sharlease in their life. And so she's staying on me. She's texting me. She's calling me. She's like, you need to get your visa so you can get your butt in Brazil, because they're not going to let you go to Brazil, right? And so one night, like 1 in the morning, she's like, JP, you got to get this visa. Now, we are like 7-8 days from leaving for Brazil. They don't let you in without the visa. So she sits me down. I had taken the picture. She sits me down, guys, and this has nothing to do with the vortex. I just want to edify a champion, if that's okay. She sits me down. I'm sending her what she needs: the passport, the visa picture, whatever other information, guys. At around 2:30, 3 o'clock, she sends it up to the Brazil consulate, or the Brazil, whoever they are, Sharlease, I don't even know because I didn't do it, right? She sends the information up. This is like a Saturday night. So it's not even a bit. On Sunday, she says it's left whatever the agency is and gone to the consulate. On Tuesday morning, I'm approved with a visa. So shout out Sharlease for me. But anyway, guys, just want to shout out a champion. You have the ability with your own personal link to share it with people. Whatever they save, you earn. How does that actually work? Well, it works this way. Listen, let me tell you something. The company says whatever your friends and family save, you're going to earn. Coach even says, listen, I will allow you to have 9,999 customers inside of your database. Think about how bananas that is as I go to the next slide. Please remember this number, 9,999. And what if you had a customer go to Orlando, they booked for 8 days and 7 nights, they saved $284. Do you know that your earnings is going to be $284? What if you had a friend go to New York and they just wanted a quick getaway? They were traveling. You say, hey, listen, try my link. It may save you some money. If it does, feel free to use it. They book for 4 days and 3 nights. Their total savings is $224. Guess what? Your earnings is $224. Maybe you were at a sorority or fraternity, a black tie event, and while you were there, you had some cards created, and I don't know names, but let's just say Phi Beta Phi. I don't know if that really is a name, but you had a Phi Beta Phi travelgift.com, and you just handed them out while you were there. And one of your sorors or one of your fraternity brothers books to go to Thailand for 8 days and 7 nights. See, you don't know where your customers are going to come from. They saved $949, guys. The first of the month, when that check pays, you get a check for $949. I mean, how absolutely amazing is that? Well, let's look at mathematics, because my grandmother used to say, baby, give me worst case scenario. Like $135 savings per night is great, but what if we look, family, at just a $25 savings? I want you to see how amazingly fantastic this can actually be. $25 savings. And let's just say you've shared your link with people on Facebook. You've shared your link with some of the people that you're in the PTA with, you're in night school with, your children in Little League with. You shared it with some people that you work with, not to mention with some people in your community, the people on your block, people a few blocks over. You've shared it with people when you go to the grocery store, or you go to black tie events, or when you go to, marathons, whatever it is. And then, of course, you've made sure that you shared savings with your family. Like, doesn't it make sense that if there's a travel savings out there to be had, that you share the savings with the people that you know? Absolutely. Well, what if by this time next year, 12 months from now, 200 nights have been booked on your Vortex? And what if each of those nights saved the person who booked it $25? So everybody just saved a blanket $25. Do you realize that, Shavannah, you just earned $5,000? Do you know how powerful that is, that you just put $5,000 in your pocket with no real work? I mean, how hard is it to send somebody a link by text, Messenger, LinkedIn, Instagram, Snapchat, by any means necessary? Handing out a business card, how hard was that year? You made $5,000 with very little effort. And the reason I love saying that is because we've got people who have children, they've got jobs, some of them have 2 jobs, wife work, husband work, children are in all kinds of events. They have social and religious activities. And their question is, can this work for me? Yes. Well, you know what? I'm not going to answer the question with a yes. I'm going to answer the question with, can you hand out a business card? Can you share a link? Can you get 10 people to sign up on your link in a month as a free customer? And the answer, of course, is yes. Well, guys, look at the math. What if the next year, Karen, you have 400 nights booked on your site? I mean, you just continued handing out cards wherever you go. I mean, just nonchalantly, right? Or you could be doing it deliberately. What if those 400 nights saved each of, those customers saved $25 per each of those 400 nights? Do you guys know that Karen just earned $10,000 sharing a link, building her customer base? Now, what was the magic number? How many will Coach Lloyd Tomer allow you to have? How many customers? Remember, 9,999. Well, if Karen is only acquiring 10 customers a month, 120 customers per year, and you see where she still has a long way to go to get to 9,000 customers. I mean, Karen, what happens when you got, 2,000 customers and 1,000 nights are booked times $25? That's $25,000 in earnings, guys. You see how this could begin to create that. And you see what Coach Lloyd Tomer has done for you. Listen, his vision is by 2020, there are, 10,000 financially independent families. Guys, this is one of those platforms that you can add to that. And since this is what your customers see when they get your link, when your customers get your link, this is what they see. It's not new to them. They're used to being able to book their accommodations, their flights, their car rentals, and their activities, their sailboat rides, their river cruises. Guys, we got 17 different cruises out there. But the difference now is that now what we do is we insert you, Courtney, you have the opportunity. This is all about you today. You have the opportunity to earn whenever your friends save on hotels, cruises, car rentals, and weekly stays. Now, the question sometimes that comes up is, will my friends and family be able to save on, be able to save whenever, you know, they book flights? Sometimes. That's just not what anybody gets paid on, because the airline industry just doesn't do that, right? They just don't. And so we don't promote that, even though it's there for your customer. If they save, great. If not, tell them go to Expedia. Whatever it is, the beautiful thing is on these four, the ones that will pay you the most, whatever they save, you earn. And family, you know what? And we are talking about business, and I understand that sometimes when we're looking at something like this, we're thinking, well, you know, is that something that would work for me? If I invest my hard-earned money, do I have to worry about it working for me? Well, number one, I'm going to say no, but I'm going to tell you why in a second. No, because we know people are going to travel, but more importantly is the heart of Coach Lloyd Tomer that founded this company. He wants you to be able to start a business without that fear. Like, he doesn't want you working with fear in any part of yourself, your spirit man, your mental man, your heart. Don't worry about that, because Coach Lloyd Tomer says this: we are going to give you a risk-free guarantee. Nobody else is doing it, and we are the first and only. But here is what he says: I will give you your money back. I will literally write you a check to give you your money back if you're not happy after 12 months. But I am going to require something of you. Do what Karen did and go out there and acquire 10 customers. He's saying not 10 people who book, just 10 people who click your link, put in their first name, last name, email, and sign up to become a customer. Number two, educate yourself. Guys, nobody wants to deal with anybody who doesn't know what they're talking about in their own business. And so you don't have to go seeking the information. It's already right there in your back office. 30 minutes a week. I mean, you can do that washing dishes on your way to work. He says, if you do those two things, we know that somebody out there is going to save, which means we're going to match and pay you in earnings. But if you're not happy after 12 months of following just 2 little steps, I'll give you your money back. But let me tell you what he already knows. My cousin, her name is Sylvia. Sylvia knows a young lady by the name of Andrea. So Andrea, her daughter plays in the role of, her daughter was homesick. And so her daughter calls and she's like, Mom, I need to see you. Now, of course, if you're a mom, what you gonna do? Baby, I am on my way. So Sylvia sent her a link. And so when she went to the link, she was able to save $200 on her flight. Now, remember, Sylvia doesn't get paid anything, but I just want you to see immediately somebody saved money. The same thing is going to happen to you. Andrea was able to book that flight. She flew over to London to see her baby like any mother would do, but it raised curiosity for Andrea. And Andrea wanted to know, Sylvia, when she got back and Sylvia sent her a nice thank you card, she wanted to know, what are you doing? Well, family, the same things are going to happen for you. So we know that if you share the link, people are going to save, you're going to earn, but if you're not happy, you're backed by 100% money back guarantee. And if you look at the investment, guys, think about that. We've spent more money on less that gives us no return of investment. Let me just tell you about me. Before we were headed to Brazil, I told you that it's because of Sharlease I was able to get on the plane, right? But before we headed to Brazil, I wanted to get my hair in I don't have to take care of it style. So my daughter says, well, you need to go buy 15 packs of hair. And I'm just using a very rudimentary example, but you know, we bought Xboxes and jewelry and cologne and clothes and pocketbooks and shoes, stuff we didn't necessarily have to have. I'm just giving you my example. She said buy 15 packs of hair. Well, guys, the packs of hair were $7. I spent way more than $177 just on a hairdo. So I know that money won't be an issue for you to get started because most of us have the ability to do other things. It's just a matter of priority. Now we look at the $59.95 per month, and sometimes people say, well, is that, you know, I love the idea of this vortex, but is there anything that we can do about that $59.95 per month? And the answer to your question is yes. So Rosa and Stu, they joined our business platform, right? And I said, okay, well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to come, and I just want to, you know, they wanted to share their savings the kind of money that they can save in their membership with their friends and family. I said, well, let's do what we call a travel mixer. So they invited over their first presentation. There were maybe 8 people in the room, right? And out of those 8 people, right, 2 of the people said, hey, you know what? I want to do the same thing that you're doing. Now, what happens in our company monthly subscription fee, when you refer just 3 people, not every month, just one time, 3 active people, guys, your monthly fee is waived and you're in what we call the 3 and free club. So I said, okay, well, you know what, Rosa, let's set up another travel mixer, because there are other people who didn't make it to this one, and maybe, right, maybe they'll be at the next one. So she invites that time. I think she invited, Canel, she invited like 27 people. 12 people showed up. At that particular one, 3 more people said yes. Well, guys, she only needed 3 to be 3 and free. What am I telling you? That we will help you eliminate your monthly subscription fee. So you may be saying to yourself, can I still do everything, right? Can I still do everything that is outlined right here? And the answer is yes, but you will do it with no monthly subscription fee. That's option 1, guys. Now let's talk about option number 2, and that is a private membership. Now this takes your savings to a whole nother level, because when you send that out to your customers, guys, they're going to save and you're going to earn. But when you travel, you want to travel at the elite price, at the VIP price, at the country club, the country club level, right? You want that VIP experience. Well, when you become a private member with our platform, what you're going to find is everything that you're used to booking, you can still book. But here are some of the advantages that you have that a person who signed up for free on your Vortex does not have. Number 1, there's 100% more inventory than any of those travel sites, Expedia, Travelocity, Hotwire, Booking, Trivago. And because we are a private wholesale booking engine, okay? Right? Because we are a private wholesale booking engine, you have access to resorts, condos, private villas, hotels, all 17 different cruise lines, all of the rental car companies, guys, but you have it at a 150% lowest price difference guarantee. Family, we have, and I'll show you in a minute, saved our customers over $55 million in just this last 3 years that we've been active. And guess what? Family, we've only even had to honor the 150% price match 3 times. And if you have a complicated itinerary, you have concierge at your fingertips, guys, does it make sense that if you're going to have a membership, it's not one of those things that somebody sells you and you get a one-time savings, where you can save as often as you want, use your travel engine as often as you want, and be able to keep money in your pocket. So let's just give you a couple of 3 slideshow examples, and then I'm going to take you live to the internet. Remember your customer that saved on the trip to Orlando? This is what they saved. Y'all remember that? And you got to check for that amount when your customer saved. I want you to look at what a private member saves. And let me tell you why both of our platforms are private. Even though the customer doesn't save as much as you and your private membership, the reason we're private is if we are online and we're out there with the general public where everybody can see these prices. Guys, quite frankly, our prices are too low for the general public to see. It has to be private. If we're out there on the internet, there is a parity agreement where we have to abide by that certain price band that those companies have. So we can never over compete with them in public, but we can kick their butts, guys, in private. And so if you were to go out there and search for the best price on the internet, the lowest that you would find for 8 days and 7 nights in Orlando is $1,641. But guys, look at your member price. Does it make sense that if you're going to take your family to Orlando, that you have a little bit better than $940 right there in your pocket because you are a private member? And the interesting thing is, family, this is before they add taxes and fees. This, guys, includes taxes and fees. Family, door number 1 or door number 2. What about New York? Remember, your customer went to New York, right down there in Times Square, right in Manhattan. Family, Manhattan is not an inexpensive place to be. But let's just say you decided to go to New York on the same vacation that your friend, your customer, your relative, your neighbor, your Facebook friend went to. Remember, when they save $224, you got a check for $224. Now, mind you, our customers only save 85% of the time, but you save 100% of the time. But guess what, family? On that exact same vacation, the exact same dates as somebody on Expedia would book it, the exact same hotel, the exact same room accommodations, the exact same everything, the lowest price on the internet that is being offered to the general public. And remember, we have a proprietary algorithm that verifies that. It's $1,174. But look at your member price, family. $400. Are you kidding me? Including taxes and fees? And if you're going to go to New York and you want to see the Lion King and you want to experience all New York has to offer, doesn't it make sense to have an extra $750 in your bank account that you did not give to Expedia just because you're a wholesale member? How about a trip to Thailand, right? Now, you've already seen the difference in a member price and a customer's price. How about that trip to Thailand? How about 8 days and 7 nights in a 5-star 2-bedroom suite down in Thailand? Now, somebody on the internet, God bless them, is going to go to those sites and they're going to do that searching. And the best price that they will come up with in the general public, for the general public, the best price being offered, $4,991. But family, look at your member price. Look at your member price. Family, let me give you an example of some amazing savings that has been experienced by a young lady on our team. And while she did save in flights, remember, that is not something we promised, but on overseas travel, it can actually happen. So as I transition to the internet, guys, this particular young lady, so she actually is going to London because her cousin is Andrea's daughter that's actually performing over in London. And so when she booked her flight, the flights were $600 on Expedia and on the United Airlines site. She was able to book the flights were $1,200 per person. She was able to book the same flights in her membership for $600 for those 4 people. So she paid $2,400 for something she would have paid $4,800 for. But you guys know that there are baggage fees, right? She was able to save $50 per bag going and $50 per bag coming back because what she paid on her membership included the baggage fees. So this was a $2,400 out the door, including baggage fees, which for 4 people, $100 per person round trip. She saved another $400 on her flights. She would have paid over $5,200 here. Does that make sense, guys? And so then when she gets to London, she's able to save $1,400 on the rooms that they chose in London just because she went to her membership. Now, she came to Brazil with us. So she left London and she came to Brazil. And so she booked that flight. That was about the same as online, but she booked it through her membership so she could get the reward credits. But then, guys, when she booked coming back from Brazil to Richmond, it was $1,500 flying into Norfolk, $1,200 flying into Richmond. Online in the public sector, she was able to book the exact same flights for $500 in her membership. So that's another savings of $700. And so if we add up all the savings of $2,600 on her flights to London, $1,400 on the hotel stay, that's a $4,000 total savings, $0 going to Brazil, so still at $4,000, but another $700 coming back from Brazil to Richmond, that's $4,700 in savings on one booking of travel. Well, guys, this is live. This is on the internet. We are right now on the internet. And what I did was I found, family, some savings that could be had, right? I found some savings that could be had on a trip to New York. So here are the dates on the trip to New York. Here, let's just choose the first one at the top. Now, as a member, as a private member, this, if you logged into your membership, our membership is going to show you. Now, I'm inside of a membership. See where it says up here, members at Surge365.com. I'm literally inside of the membership. This particular hotel stay from December 21st to the 28th would cost $2,552 on the internet, but your savings, right? Your savings is $1,227. So you are out the door at $1,324. Now, right here, we also show you where you can literally click on and verify, is that the best price? Like, our technology is working in real time. And so you can look and see, okay, you know what? Actually, there's a $2,587 price tag out there. Notice the bandwidth of how tight they're keeping those prices between all of those companies. Well, just so that you know, it's not just us showing you those prices. Let's look at Expedia. So we show here that Expedia is charging, if you're looking at this little box right here, we show that Expedia's price is $25.87. So let's go to Expedia. So let's click on Expedia, guys, and let's make sure that we're looking at the exact same hotel. We want to look at the exact same. So it is the Comfort Inn Midtown West. That's the hotel we're looking at. If we look down here, Expedia's price is what? $2,586.89. We just rounded it up to $2,587. So you can see right here that it only makes sense to have this membership. And if you're going to take this trip, we're doing this real time for December 21st. If you're going to take this vacation, does it make sense for you to keep this $1,227 that the membership saves you? This $1,227, does it make sense to keep this money right here in your pocket? And of course, guys, the answer to that question is yes. Now, some of you out there may be asking, okay, but what about the customer? Like, what would my customer save if I had a friend and I shared my link with them? Well, let's just take a look at what they save. Guys, this is your customer, and you'll notice that with the savings for your customer right here, okay, the savings for your customer, you're noticing that their savings, there is a savings. $368. What does that become the first of the following month? That becomes your what? Your check. So your customers are able to go and look at which one of these vacations they want to take. And remember, whatever they save would become your earnings. And so when we start talking about this membership platform, guys, you have to understand that this membership is saving people thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. And you know what? We are not the only membership in town. As a matter of fact, there are other memberships out there, family, where literally, I'm sorry, that's not what I wanted to share. There are other memberships out there, family, where literally you're going to pay a lot more money for those particular platforms. For example, if we were to look at this particular platform right here, guys, American Express, which owns a company called Inspirato, look at what they're charging people to join their membership. And it's a very nice membership, just like ours. And then look at what they're charging on an annual basis to maintain the membership. No 3 and free, no unlimited bookings. Your savings your fee does not include, or your out the door price does not include taxes and fees. But you'll be happy to know that that's not who we are, guys, literally. And I want to ask you this question before I move forward, guys. I just want to ask you this question. Does it make sense, Karen and Katira and Rachel and Sharlease, Savannah and Courtney and Kynell and Sarah? Does this make sense? Does it make sense for any of you guys that you have the ability to travel where you want, when you want, with whom you want? Any kind of travel, like you can travel, whether it's business or holiday or vacation, does it make sense to you to have a membership that doesn't give you a one and done type savings, but you have unlimited bookings? You can book whenever you want to, and that the company you're working with is so confident in their savings that they'll give you 150% price match. Does it make sense not to just have your reward credits on independent sites like United and Marriott and Hilton, but that everything you do in your membership allows you to earn reward credits in one place, and that one day those reward credits will bank up and buy you free vacations? And does it make sense to actually be able to do that for $277 out the door? Does that make sense to you? Well, if it makes sense to you guys, I want to say congratulations. It made sense to me as well. And remember that $59.95, what we did for Rosa, have a couple of travel mixes for you. Your $59 fee is gone just because you referred 3 people. Well, then there's this platform, guys, that we call the Vortex Platinum. And simply stated, It includes everything. And so as I unfold the power of this particular platform, I'm going to unmute one of the champions. Her name is Sharlease. And I'm going to unmute her for this particular reason is because she is literally maximizing this particular platform. So Sharlease, I just want to ask you a few questions as we unfold the power of this membership. Is that okay?
Sure.
So you got started in this platform, and I understand that immediately after you got started, you had a family reunion cruise that was being booked by somebody else in the family, and I think you went on to ask if you could do the same thing for the rest of the family. Why don't you explain to us how you utilize the vortex inside of your membership, right? How you utilize the vortex inside of your membership, okay? Mm-hmm. And how those reward credits banked up for you because of this vortex.
Oh my gosh. Well, first I want to say this is so amazing, and there's so many things that you can do and have right at your fingertips. So I do want you guys to know that whatever you think it is so much more than that. But I was able to save my family that booked with me right off the bat, at least $100 off the cabin prices. And we were booked at a cabin level that was higher than the rest of my other family members who had already booked. We also got longer to pay for our cruises. And because I was a travel professional, because I took free training in my membership, I was able to get even more perks. So I was able on this trip to not only cover our excursions, but I was able to put chocolate covered strawberries, sparkling cider, and carnival bags in every cabin for my guests. But it gets even better, because not only based on how many people I had did I have the option of having a free cabin myself, but I also received rewards credits for every cabin that was booked. And I was able to accrue, just with that cruise, 180,000 rewards credits in that one booking.
That is absolutely bananas, because you know what? Sometimes people say, well, can I really, one day have one of these free vacations? Can I really, I've already asked, does it make sense one day to be able to click off of money and click on to reward credits and purchase a free vacation? I know you went well over 210,000 or something crazy, because what Sharlease does is she shares her link all the time. Like every month, somebody's booking on a link, and every month she's getting a check. Did I get that right?
That's correct.
So tell them about what you've been able to do between Brazil and Las Vegas using your reward credits.
Okay, so basically, I had over 200,000 rewards credits, as Janice said, and October was my anniversary for me and my husband, our wedding anniversary, and it was also a trip that our company was taking to Brazil. So I was able to use my rewards credits to pay for our flights. Now, the flights to Brazil are not inexpensive. I'm just going to put that out there. And so nonstop flights cost even more. So I'll just put it like this. One leg from Miami to Brazil was upwards of $800 per person. Okay, so we not only had 2 nonstops from Raleigh-Durham in North Carolina to Miami, but nonstop flights to Bahia, Brazil, which is Salvador, Brazil. And our return was exactly the same thing, 2 nonstops each way. And the total of those flights was $2,336, but I only paid $33.
What? You paid $33 because you use your reward credits? Are you kidding me?
Yes. And we're going to Las Vegas as well, and I didn't pay for my flights either.
So you have a round trip flight now to Vegas as well. And then you were telling me yesterday, because you are a certified travel specialist, or are you elevated to agent? Where are you?
I'm a travel professional. That's the way I put it.
I like
I
that.
have the option to book. That's right, but I don't have to.
There you go. So, but now you were telling me that the way you've got it booked out in Vegas, you're able to actually expose your team to multiple 4.5, 5-star hotels for the price of staying in one hotel. Can you explain that to us?
Oh, my. Okay, so basically, I have team members, and some of them are actually on this Zoom right now, and we're going to be staying at Planet Hollywood, Paris, and Flamingo. We're going to be going. I want to expose them, especially because one or more, it's their first trip to Vegas. Now, I've been to Vegas multiple times. I go multiple times a year. So I wanted to make this trip about exposure and getting to see what people normally don't see. So they're going to love this trip because they're getting 3 hotels for the price of 1.
And I remember you and I being out in Vegas, and we had this great, big, huge suite. Now, can you tell them how you were able to get that? Because we're talking about the platinum. We see that you've made money on the Vortex. We see that you had enough money to get a free cruise. We see that you have these amazing reward credits. Because you are platinum, you got reward credits on your family's travel, not just your own personal travel, because that's what platinum does. Not to be able to take your new team members on an excursion, almost, if you will. But even beyond that, you know, there are perks that come with being a travel agent, which is included inside of this platinum. So I see you using everything. I guess you don't even need that because you made so much money, but can you explain to them, tell them about the room that we were able to get when we were in Vegas?
Wow. Okay. So basically, I just booked through our membership, and we had a great room, but it was in a different tower. And I went up, and when we were checking in, I just basically said to the person that was checking us in, I was like, hey, I said, oh, by the way, I was trying to get a discount online and it wasn't allowing me to apply it. Could you help me? I'm a travel agent. And she was like, oh, okay, sure, of course. So she said, oh, I see you qualify for free meals. So she said, I could either give you the free meals or some type of other upgrade. I said, well, oh, that's phenomenal. I love the meals, but I would rather have an upgrade to a better room, if you don't mind. And she said, you do know that that's optional, right? I said, yes, I'm aware, but you're going to help me today, right? And I just kept smiling at her, and she looked at me and she said, okay. And so we smiled all the way to our suite, which was in the best tower with the Eiffel Tower of the Paris Hotel right directly outside of our window. And Bellagio was right across the street, so we could watch the water show whenever we wanted. And we heard the thump, 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 thump of all the clubs that were right there on the strip, right out of our window.
I mean, it was absolutely phenomenal. So if I had to summarize it in one word, whether you have the Vortex or the membership, those are great. And if you have that platinum, it's even greater because there's so many benefactors. How would you just, in a couple of key quick sentences, what would you say about somebody looking at this from any perspective, Vortex membership or platinum?
My goodness. I like to say that this is the gift that keeps on giving, because no matter what level you choose, you're going to improve your travel life. But if you get the membership, and we all know membership has its privileges, we're going to turn that on its head, because Surge365 has put together a unique circumstance where we not only get to save money, but we have the option to make money and see the entire world all at the same time. And there's no better way to do it. And nobody can compare to us. That's factual.
You know, I was speaking to a young man that will be at my we're doing a coffee and cake mixer on Monday, Sharlease, and he's never done anything with the financial earnings program like I'm about to share with the team now. But he said, I've been to Vegas 4 times. He says, I'm not staying like in a little small place. I'm staying right on the strip in the nicest hotels. And he said the one he's going to this coming March, he says, I don't know what my out the door price was. I forgot. He said, but I do know I saved $1,190. So he was, right? So he was sharing his link recently with a guy, and the guy's just, just kind of like, well, I've never heard of y'all. And he's like, dude, what does it matter? If I keep money in my pocket, who cares whether you've heard of him or not? But he showed the guy had just gone on a trip to Dominican Republic. And what he spent was twice what he would have spent if he was a member. And so Sharlease is absolutely right, guys. Nobody tops our price. And so if you love what you've seen, if you love the travel platform, we want to say to you, congratulations and welcome aboard. But as Sharlease and I close this out, there is a financial earnings program. And so for those of you who are interested in earning significantly in the travel space, just bear with us for another 15 minutes as we close this out. Sharlease, we've seen this comment by Warren Buffett. I call it a piece of advice, as a matter of fact, because somebody who's made billions of dollars, if he gives me one crumb off his table, I want that crumb, and that's what this is. But for somebody who has multiple streams of income, this is what Warren Buffett says for us. He says, listen, to increase your wealth, go out to start a business. He doesn't say go out and get another job working for somebody else. He says start a business, but he also gives a litmus test to what kind of beautiful that business that is. And he says what you like to do, make that a hobby of yours. But what the world does, make what the world does, guys, a business of yours. Now, you are already part of seeing what the world does. And I don't know if you can even put into perspective, because you definitely can't put it into a calculator unless it's a scientific calculator, what $1 trillion, which is 12 zeros, actually is. But family, 7.6 trillion in 2016. And guys, travel went on to do $8.1 trillion in 2017. So to put that in perspective, travel, if you took eBay, Microsoft, Google, and Apple, took their total annual earnings in 2017, rolled them all together, you would have to multiply them by 700% just to get to how much money people are actually spending in the world of travel. So what am I sharing with you guys? With Surge365, you have an opportunity to participate in the absolute best compensation plan, literally in the direct sales sphere. And Sharlease, you and I know a young lady, and I'm going to just have you chime in here with me, because I believe that stories will kind of unfold this thing a little bit better than just telling you the facts. So you and I know this beautiful young lady down out of Rocky Mountain, North Carolina, yes?
Yes.
All right. And so when she joined our platform, and just let me know if I'm correct, I understand that she had fallen on hard times, just like I had done right after my business closed. And she was literally, forced to stay in like an extended stay of America. Do I have that correct?
Yes.
All right. And then she went on in her first 7 days to do what?
Woo! Oh my gosh. She bonused, and she bonused, and she bonused. I'll just put it like that.
Exactly. Listen, guys, in 83 days in our company, this young lady who was down on her luck found herself having to work out a Target, in the Starbucks just to have Wi-Fi. Literally in her first 7 days in the business, she was able to earn $1,000, which was like 3 or 4 times more than what she was making working in the mall shampooing hair. But the phenomenal part of the story is that with the mentoring and coaching that she was able to receive, she went on in 83 days to bonus 14 times with the $1,000 bonus. She went on to earn a $10,000 bonus, the first inside of our Surge365 company. And guys, she was the first person, and I like to call her, Sharlease, the Roger Bannister of our company. She was the first person to earn in this portion of our company, Surge365, the $50,000 bonus. And so what it said to a lot of us, like myself, is that if one person can do it, somebody else can do it. And Sharlease, you have managed also to navigate yourself through the compensation plan. I mean, I understand that we have the fast start bonus on the table, and family, that's onboarding 7 Vortex Platinum sales. Now, how do we do that? Let me tell you how I recently did it, Sharlease, for a young man down in Trinidad and Tobago that I've never physically laid eyes on except over a webinar platform. But we had him invite people, guys, to a presentation just like this. And we ended up doing three presentations, and then he ended up doing, a few presentations himself. Well, the thing that ended up happening is inside of 30 days, we had 7 people sign up for their top package down there in Trinidad and Tobago, family. And he walked away with just over $1,000 in a fast start bonus. That tells you, again, we can do the exact same thing for you, but it also made him something that's called a team builder. And Sharlease, you're a team builder, and I'm just going to kind of talk about your journey as we outline and close up, how we earn income in this particular platform. So you hit the position of team builder, yes?
Yes.
Yes, you did, which means, and guys, that means it unlocks the door for you, just like it did for her, for unlimited $1,000 bonuses. But then with the power of 3 and free, and just understanding to help everybody get 3 and free. And so if you're here invited as a private guest of Sharlease, of any of ours, make sure that you allow us to help you get 3 and free, because if you're going to own the membership, if you're going to just travel, or if you're going to just send out the vortex, or you want to create a team, does it make sense to do all of that with no monthly overhead? I mean, does it make sense? I mean, do you guys know that we can buy almost 2 pairs of Just Fab shoes just by saving the $59.95 per month? I mean, I digress, Sharlease, but anyway, right? But watch this. Let's just say you bring on Scott, and what you've been able to do, Sharlease, is you've been able to help other people get to a place called 3 and free. You do that with what? Travel mixers, Zoom webinars, or some kind of combination?
That's right. All of it.
So everything. But here's the power of it, guys. When you help, let's just say this guy is Scott right here. When you help Scott to get 3 and free, you're also helping yourself. And so in this case, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 people in your organization. So let's just say, Shavannah, we grow you to team builder as well. Now that you're a team builder, the first person you put in your team builder group and beyond, you want to help them to get 3 and free. And as you begin to also help their team members to get 3 and free as well, every time, right? Every time 7 people fall into your team builder network, the company will pay you $1,000, Shavannah, whether you did any work or not, right? Now, what do? We have these 3 beautiful people, and not all of them they're not 3 and free yet. Scott is. And you got a bonus check. You didn't refer anybody but Scott, but because you're helping your team, you continue to follow the mission, finish the course, help those persons to get 3 and free. You're earning $20 every time somebody joins your network, whether you recruited them or not. And then when 7 more fall into your team builder network, you're going to earn a $1,000 bonus. Guys, in our financial earnings reward program, what's so amazing is your business is open 24 hours a day. It's the perfect business because everybody you work with is a colleague. They're a business owner. There are no employees. You don't have to do payroll and taxes or any of that kind of stuff. You're creating a residual income, and you can decide what, if $500 a week means something to you, or if $1,000 a week speaks more to you, or you just need $1,000 a month. What I love about this platform is that it is totally up to you. So family, let me give you and tell you another story about a young man by the name of Reese that's on my team. And so Reese hit the position of team builder. And of course, as you're moving towards we actually have the ability for you to earn $50,000 in your first 100 days. And so we get to work, and we're doing presentations and travel mixes, just like Sharlease said, in Zoom webinars. And inside of Maurice's first 100 days in being with the company, he earned 14 of these $1,000 bonus checks, guys, which is $14,000 in bonus checks. He went on, family, by onboarding 100 active members in 100 period, the company automatically pays you a check of $1,000. Now, in addition to that, remember I told you that every time you bring somebody on, you're earning that $20? Well, 100 times 20, family, is $2,000. And so Maurice was able to earn that as well. Now, in his case, he personally recruited a lot of those people. So you would have to add another $30 to each of those personal recruits, but we won't go into that. But family, we knocked it out of the park in 89 days. And in 89 days, he had onboarded 100 active members. Well, you'll see that if it's in under 100 days, you'll earn in excess of $50,000. How is that? Well, whenever you do this, guys, in under 100 days, the company will pay you $5,000 a month for your for 5 months. That's a total of $25,000, guys, That 25 plus 10 is 35. Plus 14 is 49, plus 2 is $51,000 that you can earn inside of our platform. Listen, along the way, you're going to hit a $1,000 bonus check. The company's going to send you a video from Coach, and they're going to send you a Comma Club t-shirt. Sharlease, you hit Regional Builder. Tell us about the Regional Builder experience.
Oh my goodness. It's hard to even put it into words because we laughed, we cried, we celebrated each other as well as ourselves, and it gave us a level up. I'll put it that way, because we had the founders of the company, the leaders of this company pouring into us, and they set us on a track to become millionaires in this business. So along with them and our other upline, as long as we stick and stay in position. That's what I will tell you. Stay in position. It's unlimited what we can do with this opportunity. And it just blessed me.
Guys, do you hear that? And let me ask you a question, because did you pay for that trip?
No.
So you didn't pay for the flight or the hotel or the food or the entertainment, nothing?
Nothing.
So does this company like just really take care of you really, really well?
Yes. They spoil us.
They really, really do. Guys, when you get to the position where you've earned $100,000 in a 12-month period of time, the company actually issues you a ring, and I was blessed to actually receive this at the last event. Shocked me so bad, Sharlease, I cried the whole time I was on stage. But and some of it was an ugly cry. Hopefully y'all didn't see those clips. But what's amazing is the next level, guys, is Sapphire. And we have a champion, our mentor, as a matter of fact, Juliet St. John, who put together that Brazil trip. She's earned up to the $1 million ring, guys, inside of our platform. And so what am I telling you? I'm telling you that our financial earnings program is absolutely great. But let me tell you what makes it best. And you may be thinking, well, I thought that was the best. And actually, we're just adding to it. See, in addition to the financial earnings rewards program that Sharlease is participating in addition to the travel income that you will be earning, there is an executive program we're going to close up with, which is called our marketing director program. And here's, Sharlease, what I love about it. We have had one guy do this in 6 months. Some of us will take 18 months to 2 years, and some people might take 4 to 5. You know what's so great, Sharlease, is there is no time limit. Coach doesn't want to put a time limit on it where you feel like you're having to run like a hamster on a wheel. Listen, whenever you refer some, who refer some other people, who refer some other people, whether it was a travel mix or a Zoom, whenever your team grows to 500, they're going to cut you a check every single month on the 11th of the month, guys. Every single month, it shows up in your bank account, and they're going to purchase for you a Dodge Charger or a Dodge Challenger. And I remember when I first met my mentor, Mr. Von Nickelberry, he picked me up at the airport in Detroit, and I was doing something else, but he was recruiting me without recruiting me, right? And he pulls up in this beautiful Dodge Charger, and I'm like, that is nice. And I kept trying to ask some questions, and he wouldn't answer me, Sharlease. But he pulls up in this beautiful Dodge Charger, and I remember saying, asking him, how did you get this car? And he said, oh, it's just something my company bought me. And he kept going off the subject, and I kept coming back asking questions, and we'll talk about it later. But guys, every 11th of the month, my mentor gets a $2,000 check, whether he lifts a finger or not. Every single 11th of the month. Guys, let me tell you what, in addition to that, he was telling me that his residual income, which you get paid for every active member as a direct, you're starting at team builder all the way through, but his residual income as a director, guys, is such that it covers all of his household bills, all of the things, the vacations and things that they take. And he has money left over in his savings for his son. And here's what I recently learned is that his son has an account that is, that is bigger than his savings account that is set aside for his education. And guys, the reason that is so huge is because when my mentor started this program, he had a, what do you call it? When you clean offices, janitorial company.
Mm-hmm.
And he had done really good, but then it started to, you know how business does. And so when he started this platform, guys, he was really looking for a way to rebound. And then think now, you know, a few years later, he has almost a 6-figure savings account for his son. I mean, blesses my heart. And here's the thing, family, as you continue to grow your team, as people continue to refer other people with no time limit, at some point in time in your future, you're going to have 2,000 active members on your team. And Sharlease, which one? The Charger, the BMW, the Mercedes, or the Jaguar? Which one have you and your husband selected?
Oh my gosh, I want the Jag.
You want the Jag? I'm a Beamer girl. Guys, you have to make that.
I have to say that, but I want the Jag.
Well, the Jaguar is nice, especially if you have a family. Like, it's me and my Chihuahua, and he'll sit in the bag on the passenger seat. But guys, I was able to get inside of Juliet's BMW when we were down in, matter of fact, we were in Naples for, Sharlease, we were down there for spring training. We travel so much, I have to try to like figure where I was. But she has the one with the red interior. Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
When she drops that top, guys, I mean, can you imagine if you're going to travel anyway, does it make sense to share your savings with other people and refer them? And does it make sense to get to director where they're going to purchase you the car? Guys, on any of the cars that we're showing you, they purchase them. The payments are theirs. They pay taxes, title, and licensing fees. They put insurance on the car for you. And you just drive the car. Family, $4,000 a month on every 11th of the month. For a lot of people, that pays all of their bills. Think about taking your Surge check. You open your check up. It's $4,000 plus. Okay. You go make a deposit and you start to write checks. Rent, lights, gas, water, tuition, right? You start to write those checks and that covers everything. And then you get your deposit from your job and you're like, well, shoot, I don't even need that. And you just deposit it into your account. Does that sound wonderful to you? See, this is what Surge365 affords us, family, is the ability to have an amazing lifestyle. So I'm going to close with this, because I want you to imagine where you would see yourself at Surge365. So on one of my champions, I asked her this on yesterday. I said, tell me what that looks like when you are free. When you are free, I want you to, when you arrive at that day, when you've got enough money coming in, right? You've got enough money coming in where you don't have to work for anybody else, and you can be free to do the things you want to do. You can walk away from your job if you want to. But at least you know you have an option. I said, describe that day to me. And this is what she said. She said, after 37 years, and 11 of those years at where she works at, she said, walking away would be a difficulty. I see a lot of tears of both sadness and joy. She says, I want to leave quietly. I've never been one to want a lot of recognition. I will have to tell my staff and students, but I hope we all can celebrate 37 years of giving to so many, whether it's the children or the adults whom I've worked with. It's been an amazing time and I've accomplished so much during my career. However, I'm looking forward to helping others through my business as well as learning new skills. When I walk out that door, I see myself looking back and thanking God for using me in an amazing way. I am leaving an amazing legacy that will be around for years to come. And for that, I am extremely grateful. She says, I see myself being alone on that day, walking around the building floor by floor, and finally walking out my office and the main entrance with main entrance. I won't be back at that building, but look and walk forward, anticipating a new journey, the one that I am walking into. That's what we do for people, family. That's what we do at Surge365. So I want you to imagine the day. I want you to imagine where you would see yourself with Surge365, because quite frankly, family, the sky is the limit. And so I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to challenge you to get back with the person that invited you, and whatever story or whatever fact resonates with you, get back with them and let them know where you see yourself, where you would like to go, guys. Let's take off the limits of where we can be and just understand that we have a great big universe. We have a great big world, and we have more power within us than we imagine. Let's share your gifts with the world. Let's not take them with us, but let's share them so that everybody has the benefit of the blessing that you just learned about today, being blessed by it as well. So it has been my pleasure. I want to thank Ms. Shavannah for that amazing introduction. I want to thank you, Sharlease, for your participation throughout this presentation. Congratulations to each and every one of you. Welcome to Surge365. Let me be the first to say that. Listen, I look forward to seeing you at the top. Guys, I look forward to seeing you at the bank and on the beaches of the world. Have an incredible rest of your evening. This particular webinar is officially over. So guys, I've just stopped the